This video will be going over how to do the lattice method, which is a multiplication method. We're going to start with doing 1 digit by 2 digits. So for example, if I had 25 times 9. Now because this is a 2 digit, I'm going to take my rectangle and I'm going to split it in half. This being a 1 digit, I can just keep my rectangle as one whole rectangle. Then I take my numbers, I'm going to take my 2, place it here, my 5 and my 9. Then I cut these boxes diagonally in half, leaving some overhang here. Now the first step is to take your number here and multiply it by your number here. So 5 times 9 is 45. Now this is my tens and this is my units or ones. Again, this is my tens and these are my units. So 45, my 4 goes here and my 5 goes here. 2 times 9 is 18. Once I've done my multiplication, I then add. So I am adding the diagonal sections. So there are 3. 1, 2, 3. I first need to add this section, which is just 5. I then add this section, so 8 plus 4 is 12. My 2 goes here, and the 1 for the 12 I'm going to put over here. Now I've put my 1 from representing a 10 in a bubble to show that it's been carried over. So 1, 2 makes 12, the 2's gone here, the 10 gets carried over. I then add this column including what I have carried over. So 1 plus 1 is 2. The answer then reads this way, so my answer is 225. Okay, so my second question is going to be 37 times 34. Actually, let's go through one more 1 digit. So let's do 37 times 3. So I start with my rectangle. Because this is 2 digits, I'm going to split it in half. I then split these into half diagonally. And then I place my numbers. So my 2-digit number gets separated into 3 and 7, so 30 and 7. And my 3 goes here. We then start with 7 times 3, which is 21. And don't forget, this is my tens. These are my units, or units can also be referred to as ones. So 7 times 3 is 21, 3 times 3 is 9. So I put my 9 in the units column and there aren't any 10s, so I can either leave it blank or I can put a 0 there. My next step is to add the columns going diagonally. So this one is just 1. This is 9 plus 2 is 11, so my 1 goes there and the 10 comes over here. I put it in a little bubble to show that I've carried it over. Then I add this section, which is 0 plus 1 is 1. So my answer is 1, 1, 1. Okay, so this time I'm going to do 2 digits by 2 digits. So we'll do 42 times 35. So I start with my rectangle again, but this time it's 2 digits by 2 digits. I then split these in half diagonally, remembering to leave a little bit of overhang. Then I place my numbers, so this gets split into 40 and 2, and this gets split into 30 and 5. And I represent the 40 and 30 by doing a 4 and a 3. Now I take my first 2 numbers here and I multiply them together. So 3 times 2 is 6. I can put a 0 here. So don't forget, this is our units, this is our tens. I then work on the 2 times 5. You can go either way, as long as all the boxes get completed in the end. So 2 times 5 is 10. I then move on to my 4. So 4 times 3 is 12. And 4 times 5 is 20. My next step is to add the diagonal sections. This time there are 4 of them, so I'm going to start here, and we do always have to start down in this bottom right hand corner of our rectangle, because if we are carrying, then we need the chance to add them on. So this first one's going to be 0, 6 plus 1 plus nothing is 7, 0 plus 2 is 4, and 1 plus nothing else is 1. So my answer is 1470. Okay, so another 2-digit by 2-digit would be 59 times 78. Again, I start with my rectangle. 2-digit number, so I split it in half. This is also a 2-digit number, so I split it in half again. I then take these sections and split them diagonally. And I separate out my numbers. So 59 becomes 5 here, 9 here, 7 here, and 8 here. I then start with 9 times 7 is 63. 9 times 8 is 72. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 8 is 40. I then need to add each of the individual sections together diagonally. So 2, this is 10, so 0 goes here, and my 1 gets carried over. 6 plus 5 plus 4 is 15, plus 1 more makes 16, so my 6 goes here and my 1 gets carried over from 16. 3 plus 1 is 4, so my answer is 4,602. Okay, so we're going to move on now to 3 digits by 2 digits. So if I have 326 times 45, I'm going to start off with a rectangle. Because this is 3 digits, I'm going to split it into thirds. This is 2 digits, so I'm going to split that in 2. I then separate out this number, so my 3 goes here, 2, 6, and my 45 splits like that. I then half these diagonally. And I start my multiplication. So don't forget, these are your tens and these are your units or ones. So 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. 2 times 4 is 8. So I'm going to put a 0 in there to show there aren't any tens. You can also leave it blank. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. I then need to add up all of the diagonal sections. So this time there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to add up. So I start with this one, it's just 0. This is 4 plus 3 plus 0 is 7. This is 2 plus 8 plus 1 plus 5 is 16. So my 6 goes here, and that 1 or 10 gets carried over here. I put it in a little bubble to show that it's been carried over, and you add it with this column. So 0 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 makes 4. 1 on its own makes 1. So the answer is 14,670. Okay, so we're going to do 4 digits by 2 digits now. So we're going to do 4,562 times 78. I'm going to start with my rectangle again. Because this is a 4-digit number, I'm going to split it into quarters. And this is a 2-digit number, so I'm going to split that in half. I'm then going to diagonally split them in half again. And I'm going to separate this number out. 4, 5, 6, 2, 7, 8. So this is my tens, this is my units. 2 times 7 is 14, 2 times 8 is 16, 6 times 7 is 42, 6 times 8 is 48, 5 times 7 is 35, 5 times 8 is 40, 4 times 7 is 28, and 4 times 8 is 32. Once I've done all of my times tables, I'm going to add each of the diagonal sections. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to add this time. This one is just 6. This is 4 plus 1 plus 8, which is 13. So my 3 goes here, my 1 gets carried over. 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 8. This one is 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2. So I would probably separate that out into 9, 10, 11, 15. And I'm going to carry my 1 over here. 3 plus 8 plus 3 plus 1. So make that 6, 7 plus 8 is 15. Carry my 1 over here. 2 plus 1 is 3. So my answer is 355,836.